right, well, good evening, everybody. This is the continuation of the Town of Hempstead's public hearing on the assessment roll for the Greater Atlantic Beach Water Reclamation District for the fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2024, and the preliminary budget of the Town of Hempstead for the fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2024, both which will begin earlier today. Both hearings began earlier today. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll yet again?
Yes. Supervisor Clavin.
I am here.
Councilman Carini.
I am here.
Councilman Dunn.
Here.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby. Here. Councilwoman Miller. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Councilman Muscarella.
Present.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Here.
And Receiver of Taxes, Janine Driscoll.
Okay, thank you. As a reminder, today's public hearing began at 2:30, and we are continuing here at 7 p.m. this evening. The public can watch the 2:30 portion of the public hearing on the town's live stream webpage. Every participant who did not speak at 2:30 will now be given one chance to speak for up to 3 minutes in accordance with the town board rules. We are going to start, Madam Clerk, with the first public hearing.
Okay. We have the proposed assessment roll of the Greater Atlantic Beach Water Reclamation District for the fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2024.
Okay, any member of the board wish to be heard? Okay, I have a couple of people who signed in. First, we have, this is item number 1. We're signing here for the Atlantic Beach District. Felix Procacci? Okay, it says number 1. That's okay. Okay, it says number 1. No problems. No worries. Next, I have Tate Simmons. No, this is for the Atlantic Beach Reclamation District. This is hearing number 1. Okay. Okay, no worries. Okay, with that, I will take a motion. Yeah.
Yep. I move the assessment roll for the Greater Atlantic Beach Water Reclamation District for the fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2024 be adopted.
Okay, can I get a second, please?
I second the motion.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the second public hearing.
We have the preliminary budget for the town of Hempstead for fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2024.
Okay, Felix Procacci, please. Good evening, Mr. Procacci. If you give your name and address for the record.
Felix Procacci, Franklin Square. How much reserves were used in the 2024 budget?
56 million.
Okay. How much reserves were used in the 2022 budget?
Mr. Procacci, this is the 2024 budget, so you can ask questions.
2022 is also listed in here.
No, Mr. Procacci, as I said, this hearing's on the 2024 budget.
How much reserves were used in the general fund for 2024?
2024. $23.4.
How much Federal CARES Act funds remain unspent?
There are no federal CARES money has
None.
been done 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Done, Mr. Procacci.
Okay, zero. Okay, how much American Rescue Plan funds remain unspent?
Mr. Procacci, it's regarding the budget, so if you have a
Well,
question.
it's part of the budget. If it's in the reserves, it's sitting in the budget. It's part of the budget.
Mr. Procacci, you asked a question.
American Rescue Plan is not part of the budget. Don't you use it to pay salaries? You've used it several times this year. How could you say it's not part of the budget?
Mr. Procacci, the premise of the hearing is you ask a question and we try and
In this budget, is there money allocated to pay for the maintenance of typewriters?
John?
I would assume if we have typewriters anywhere, we have a maintenance contract on it. I don't drill into each typewriter in the town of Hempstead.
No, I'm just saying, years ago, we were told that we're going to modernize the town clerk's office, and part of it was getting rid of the typewriters. So I just was wondering if we still have that. I did read through this budget commentary, and there are some errors. First, this board did vote to increase taxes in 2021 on the residents of the town's water district. Just because it was used to meet state mandate doesn't change the definition of a tax. I mean, you put the 2021 data in the 2024 budget book, so you're mixing things, and you tell me I can't ask questions about other years, but you actually do that. And second, this budget was not produced in an open and transparent manner. Each of the funds should show their expenses, the revenues, and any reserves used. So someone doesn't, like me, have to go through every one and calculate it.
I tend to disagree with you. Each does show revenue, does show expense, and it has a line called balances.
And if somebody wanted to get the total, they'd have to go through each of those items and sum it up. So it would take a
Yeah, you
considerable
can.
amount of time. But that's,
You
it
can
would
use
be
a
nice if you,
calculator, you can do it.
yeah, but it would be nice if you just, most people would just don't know how to do that. We'd just like to see the total reserves used.
I think
total
the controller was
expenses.
just pointing at the error of your comment, that's all, Mr. Ricacci.
Not the error comment, it just makes.
No, you made a misrepresentation, Mr. Ricacci.
The town's budgeted expenses in 2020 was $437 million. You mentioned 2020 in this book, so it is apropos. In 2024, according to this book, it's $522.5 million. That comes roughly to a 19.6% increase over 4 years. That's a pretty rapid increase in expenditures, budget to budget, which also isn't in this book either. It just says a modest increase over last year, but it doesn't say what the number is. So it is related to the prior year, although you say it's not. Should we expect expenses to rise at a 5% clip per year going forward?
Mr. Ricacci, nobody can predict the market or anything going on. I don't think anybody thought we'd have the massive inflation we've seen from the federal government, so it's tough to make those kind of estimates.
Because you looked backwards in this book and said how rosy.
Right, you didn't look
everything
backwards.
was,
That's
but
called
you didn't-
history.
You didn't mention from 2020 the 19.6 increase. That you forgot to mention. You put other stuff in there, but that's not it. Also on this EMS thing, I just learned about it this morning, so I don't really know where it is in the budget book. Before we go ahead with it, as far as hiring people or whatever we're going to do with it, I'm unclear.
Okay, thank you,
Anyway, thank
Mr.
you.
Ricacci. Always a pleasure. I know you're excited about the tax freeze. Next, I'm going to call up Tate Simmons. Mr. Ricacci, please don't yell. Mr. Ricacci, this is the last time I'm going to tell you, and I want this on the record. You're making a number of the board members incredibly uncomfortable with your constant yelling, your constant interruptions, and I'm just letting you know, I'm putting it on the record. You make me feel uncomfortable at times. I'm asking you to be respectful, like so many of the other residents that come in here, and stop with your antics. I'm asking you personally to please stop. You're making a lot of people uncomfortable continually with your outbursts. Thank you. The next person I'm going to call up is Tate Simmons. Good evening, Ms. Simmons. If you'd give me name and address for the record, thank you.
Hi, Tate Simmons. Okay, so I'm here just to question a few things about the animal shelter. As you guys know, I've been here talking about it before. The first is going to be on page... is the line item that is called health. That goes over the increase of $1 million. That's amazing. I'm excited to hear more as to what exactly the breakdown is of that and what that entails.
All right, it's outside services for veterinary services, laboratory services. There's one for the Wantor Animal Hospital and for NY Vet, totaling $1.3 million. It's outside services.
What is NY Vet?
NY Vet is a provider of the service.
Is it a vet's office? Is it a
Yeah.
vet's hospital?
Yes.
Will they be taking over for Central Vet now that we're severing the contract?
I can't answer that question yet.
Okay. Moving on, then obviously, we've talked about marketing, which would have saved my cat's life and Toast's life. I don't see marketing or any social media expenses here on the budget. I was wondering if that's hidden in one of the line items, and if you could tell me where that would be for marketing expenses of the animals at the animal shelter.
Advertising and promotion is account 641150. Advertising and promotion, $10,000.
How much is that?
$10,000.
Okay, that doesn't seem like enough to have someone standing in for marketing efforts.
Well, we disagree.
Okay. And then next, the veterinarian. Obviously, I see that 2 vets will be on call, and the salaries combined will be $264,000. looking into that, obviously we've spoken about the need to have these on-call vets and the importance of it. With Central Vet, it's on record that it's been cut, and members of this board have told me that. Are we planning on these vets being 7 days a week in the shelter? Since there is a need for the support with the animals now that we are getting rid of Central Vet?
The shelter will make the determination and availability of what can be scheduled with the vets, and if there needs to be the use of an outdoor vet in case anybody's not there. It really comes down to availability of people.
Okay, now in terms of emergency hospitals, since we still will probably need that for anything extensive, will that be getting pulled out of health?
Yeah.
Okay, and then another question of mine. Looking at the designated lost and found program, you can see that there was a cat named Sally recently who sat in the shelter for 3 months, and recently, by the works of God, was reunited with her family without any marketing efforts by the town of Hempstead. Obviously, there's a need for a lost and found person in particular. One body would do the job. Is that broken down here on the line items anywhere?
Don't think it is, but we'll take it under advisement for the idea. Thank you.
Okay, great. I think that's really it. I appreciate the support. I know I've been here a few times, and I appreciate you guys listening, and I'm excited to hear about what is to come next for 2024.
I'm glad you had heard that decision on the vet services, too. I don't have any other slips. Is there anybody that did not sign in, that did not speak this afternoon, wishes to speak now? Okay, if not, may I please have a motion?
I move that we close the hearing.
Second.
And adopt the motion? And adopt the budget?
And adopt the budget.
Okay, please let that be reflective of
And
that.
adopt the budget.
There you go.
We had a second?
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Okay, before we adjourn, I just want to personally say thank you to John Mastromarino and his staff. You did yet another great job with a tax-freeze budget with a AAA bond rating. And now may I have a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Thank you all, and everybody have a wonderful evening.
And safe home.